George Sfikas writes, "Hey Collider, big fan of all of your work. I have an over-under for you. How many weeks will Star Wars The Force Awakens hold the #1 movie spot? Can it stand up to Titanic's 15 weeks? Keep up the great work."
Okay, so if the over-under, you didn't actually say a number. I'm going to assume you mean
15.
The 15 for Titanic. Over under 15, absolutely, without any hesitation, it will be under. And it will be under by a lot. It's a different world today at the movie theaters than it was when Titanic came out, 15 years ago? However many years ago Titanic came out. There's just too many movies coming out every single week. And, okay, so let's look at it here. We've got, obviously, Star Wars The Force Awakens. It's going to win week 1. It's going up against stiff competition in Sisters and the new Chipmunks movie, but I think Star Wars will eke out a win in week 1. The following week, it's going up against Concussion, Daddy's Home, Joy, the new Jennifer Lawrence movie, and the new Point Break. I do believe Star Wars will maintain the #1 position for a second week in a row. We get into the third week. It goes against The Forest, the new horror movie, and The Masked Saint, so I believe it will be 3 weeks. However, I believe once we get into its 4th week of release, and it opens against 13 Hours, The Fifth Wave, Norm of the North, but the big one is Ride Along 2. Say what you will about Ride Along and all that kind of stuff. The first one had a pretty, I think it might have made $50 million opening weekend. I don't think in its 4th week, Star Wars The Force Awakens, because everybody's going to go see it in opening week. Yeah. We're all going to go see it opening week. I believe it will fall in week 4. And if it doesn't fall in week 4 to Ride Along 2, then it will absolutely, you know what? If it doesn't fall in week 4, it has a chance of getting to week 6, because I believe it will outlast The Boy and Dirty Grandpa that releases on January 22nd. But then you get into week 6, and then you run into what's going to be a juggernaut in Kung Fu Panda 3. There's going to be a lot of fans. So I believe at most we're talking 6 weeks at #1. I'm thinking 4. Anyway, what about you, Christian? How many weeks do you see it go?
Under the 15,
right,
for sure. But I think it's got a really good shot to hold out until February 12th. I really do. And what is that? Wait.
Even after Kung Fu Panda 3 comes out and all the parents taking their kids to that?
I do. I really think I wouldn't be surprised if Kung Fu Panda beats it. I really wouldn't. But I also wouldn't be surprised if it holds out until Deadpool and Zoolander 2 get there. And now this is also under the assumption that it's a great movie. Now, if it's not a good movie and it stinks, then there's no way it'll hit that 4-week mark, and then it's over. But if it's great and it does get that repeat viewing, I think it has the legitimate shot to beat a lot of records and make it up to Deadpool. But won't be shocked if it doesn't. But
how many weeks is that?
I think that
would be 8 or 9.
That's 8.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say 7 weeks. That makes sense. I mean, the one that could take it out is Kung Fu Panda. All the other films, even they'll take away money from it, but not enough to make it not #1. I don't see the other films like toppling a weekend where you have every single show from December till the middle of January is kind of going to be sold out like in the next week or 2.
Yeah.
So especially weekends when people go see films. So opening weekends, people are like, hey, we didn't get to see that movie from a month ago. Let's go now. Or there's going to be a lot of repeat viewings. Like you said, if this movie holds up and is better than the prequels, come on. It's got to be better than the prequels. We know that. We just saw the prequels again. It's garbage. So it's like, garbage. So yeah, I'm going to say 7 weeks.
Hey guys, if you like this clip, click here to watch the entire episode. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel because it'll help you stay up to date with all the stuff we've got going on here at Collider.